live streaming on the YouTube.
Yes.
I'm gonna go live on this. We're now gonna be live on Facebook. Okay. We are live everywhere now.
Yeah.
Hooray. I'm just looking forward to getting this meeting over with because I need a nap.
Same. I might just go back to bed.
Yeah, I feel that. You don't have to be here unless you want to be.
I do. I want to.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the whole thing.
Oh, look, there's a Josie.
Joey! I accepted it. Now.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, Josie.
Hey, Josie.
Hello.
Are you an alien again?
Yes,
Hooray.
I'm staying an alien.
Forever?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, there's a D. Yee. D, are you at work being responsible?
No, I texted her.
No, I'm at work talking to friends
Okay. Dope.
that don't live here.
Dope. I love that. Yeah. Well, this week's meeting is going to be really lazy because I'm really fucking tired. And the after hours session probably also going to be pretty lazy because I don't have much for jokes this week.
All gravy.
Yeah. How was the weekend?
No, I don't even have to.
It was good.
Did you get into anything interesting?
I had to call.
No, not really.
I called the police to break into my house because I locked.
I think after the gathering, we need to start sending more dildos to people's houses.
Yeah. I
Hey,
agree.
do any of
That'd
y'all
be
want a
fun.
dildo sent to you by Juggalos in recovery? Hey,
I would appreciate
Chris,
it.
she's one of us. She's one of us, but she doesn't know it.
Dope.
I'll give you her address. You can send her one of those 2-foot purple monster dildos.
Yeah, we need to start doing that more.
So for a $20 donation, we do it anonymously, and we'll send it to your mom or whoever.
Poor Donna. Don't do that to Donna. She's gonna be like, "Ooh."
Look, Chris, I'm gonna start stirring pots around here. I already took my vibrating dildo lighter to my home group and was handing it out to everybody when they asked for lighters. It was great, success.
I love that. Next, you need to just hollow out like a double-ended dong, just to house a lighter, and you can hand it to people all wiggly.
They take care of you.
Possibly.
Josie, how do you feel about that? Would you accept my double dong lighter?
Would it work without burning you though? Yes, as long as it wouldn't be unsafe. And I got sparklers, by the way.
Oh,
I promise
shit.
I won't set anything on fire.
Okay.
And I'll figure out a safe way to do them. I can't use them at the moment or probably ever because Mother Nature hates me and it's too windy.
Just remember, do not duct tape all of your sparklers together and place inside of a copper pipe.
Aw, why not?
I can't say that for legal reasons.
I know why.
Yes. Thank you for knowing. Please don't do that.
I won't.
Thank you.
I'll put them in a cup. I'll be smart. They're little ones. I'll use a plastic cup like a good girl and won't set myself on fire.
Yeah. Alright. We still have 6 minutes to start. Let everybody come in. Right. Just gonna message Sky real quick.
I already did.
Okay.
I think he's playing games though.
Okay.
I think he said he was doing D&D, but
Okay.
who knows?
Dope. Well, as long as everybody's aware. That's all that really matters to me.
Hey, Chris.
Yes.
They told me I should call the black dick lighter a blick instead of a dick.
Yes.
Perfect.
I love that.
I love it.
You gotta get your blick dick
Yo.
out.
I can't wait for the gathering of that thing.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be
I
so
might,
great.
I might have to. I have to might buy another. Just go buy the other one, just so you, because I'll be having so much fun with the blick.
Yeah. No.
And then when we're both there at the same time, we can both try to handle it.
Well, you know, we could also just touch tips.
Shenanigans.
Yeah. Yeah. Touching tips.
Monster, I've missed you.
Hey, you made it. You stopped playing with your dice?
Yeah, it was. Oh man, it was so boring. It didn't go anywhere. It was like Yeah, I ended up watching like One Piece or some shit the whole time.
Wow, that's lame.
That is lame. Dude, One Piece is so goddamn long and it somehow ended up being more interesting than the game. Yeah, right. Did you know it would take like maybe like 12 months to watch like the whole thing at the moment? There's so many episodes.
Really?
Yeah, there's like 2,000 episodes, so like 30 minutes each.
Huh. I'm just not super into actiony animes.
Yeah, me neither. But someone was playing it last week and I was like, oh, it seems interesting enough.
Yeah.
Not really.
It's just it's not super interesting to me personally.
No, it's not super interesting. That's what makes it even more funnier. Battle of the most uninteresting thing.
Like to me, One Piece is just like Dragon Ball for younger people.
That would be very accurate.
Yeah. Well, it's like what if Dragon Balls happened with more water and stretchy arms?
I
That's
don't
what
know why, but that just seems funny because of how true it is and how it's gone on so long. So long.
I still don't understand why Dragon Ball is still happening. Like, didn't they just come out with a new series?
I think so. I have no idea.
Yeah,
They did that
Yeah,
whole
I think
movie,
they
The
did.
Red
And
Army.
because it's balls, of course they're gonna go on forever.
I enjoy Balls as much as the next guy, but that shit's so boring. I don't understand the appeal. It's a lot of screaming and punching and not nearly as homoerotic as the WWE, so it just doesn't work for me.
Oh,
You want to see
agreed,
my
man.
doodle?
Yeah, show me your doodle.
I do. Yeah, are you a shower or a player?
Yeah. That's really
Hell
fancy.
yeah. Is that
Those
a,
nights.
is that a dragon or what?
It looks
Nice.
like a phoenix.
Oh, you're smart.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I saw some of the fiery bits, but
Yeah, I'm trying to make a wicked looking Phoenix, ripping with a banner for Juggalos in recovery, and
dope.
then I'm gonna do fight back,
Oh,
take
dude,
your
that'd be
life
so
back.
fresh.
D, you know I love seeing doodles in general, but I'm still not into you.
Well, that's fine. You got talks anyways, and I just felt some creativity spark back into me after this Mercury retrograde 2 month funk I've been in. You know,
Yeah, no, I
I
so
feel
feel
it's
that.
that,
like,
man.
But with that, it
I
is
feel that.
meeting time. So everybody shut the fuck up and we're going to talk about shit.
fine.
Dope. All right. So this week we're covering "The World Is Yours" off of Missing Link Found. So kind of what made me think about this was taking chances when you can't quite see a benefit out of it. A lot of us have taken chances without knowing what our outcome could be, or even if there would be any type of influence on it. So the lyrics of "The World Is Yours" inspires us to consider the significance of taking those chances. Even though we may not immediately see a benefit or any kind of real outcome from it, uh, this message that the song carries encourages us to embrace that unknown, break free from self imposed limitations, and pursue our own dreams with determination and resilience. The song emphasizes that the world holds endless opportunities for those who dare to reach out and seize them. The song acknowledges the challenges and uncertainties that we'll often encounter, but it also recognizes that the gloomy days and the feeling of constantly being on the losing end of things is something that we all encounter on a regular basis. However, it also emphasizes the importance of rising above those challenges and shifting our perspectives. So, by opening our eyes to those potentials, those possibilities that lie beyond just what we can see in the moment, we end up finding a new type of appreciation for those opportunities. So, it also encourages us to ignore the lies and limitations that are imposed by external forces. So, like when people tell us that we couldn't or we shouldn't do certain things, but we do it anyway because we're fucking hard headed, these are those the types of things where we may not see the benefit of doing those things other than the fact that we just really wanted to do them or felt like that was the necessary action in that moment. So, in the chorus, it also amplifies that type of empowerment, reminding us that we have the capability to elevate ourselves to new heights. It encourages us to live on our own cloud nine, where limitations dissolve and we have nothing but freedom. By embracing our own unique abilities and shining when we can, we can inspire and impact those around us. And while we may not necessarily see the benefit from that in that moment, just you being you or me being me, doing the things that we normally do or the things that we enjoy doing, can end up inspiring other people to do better. You know, the world can become kind of this area where we get to create and shape what happens and what we leave our mark on. And it can also show us how much potential we have. So the lyrics also remind us not to let others define us or belittle our aspirations. The song challenges the notion that success is reserved for a select few, highlighting that even those in positions of power have their own flaws and insecurities. It encourages us to surpass expectations and disregard societal norms. By striving to be our best selves, we have that ability to also change other people's perspectives, to inspire people to do what we do or see that it's even possible to do what we do. The song serves as a powerful anthem, reminding us that the world is brimming with these opportunities, waiting to be seized by taking chances and fully embracing that unknown outcome. We have the potential to have exponential growth by just saying fuck it and doing the things that we enjoy doing or the things that we feel are necessary to do, no matter what the outcome's going to be. So, my example of this, by taking chances, we've arrived at this exact moment. Had I never taken that chance and started playing Morton's List at my very first gathering, I would have never met Rob. If I had never met Rob, I wouldn't have had the ability to host Morton's List tournaments on an official capacity at the gathering. If I had never had those tournaments, I would have never ended up meeting Frank. If I had never met Frank, Juggalos in Recovery would look a whole lot different, and I wouldn't have never gotten involved the way that I had. Because while it is a noble cause, it was never something that was even a possibility to me for me to have any influence over. But because of all of these random things that happened that I didn't see any real outcome of it other than, doing the things that I would have normally done, it ended up influencing people around me or opened up these new opportunities that I ended up getting mad benefit from. And in the end, got us to where we are now. So, with that, I'm going to open it up to you guys to talk a little bit about taking chances and trying these new opportunities without necessarily knowing what kind of influence you could have on it. Anybody want to start off? What up, Spaz?
Um, what's up, guys? How we doing, fam?
Doing good today.
Awesome. Yeah, that's a very good point. I think like for myself personally, um, being a juggalo in general was like one of those moments, taking a chance and a gamble on life, like taking a chance on the music when I was kind of closed-minded to rap before, and then being introduced to this whole realm of Juggalo stuff and Juggalo life, Juggalo culture, Juggalo music, where I felt so belonging. I felt so at home. And being able to take that opportunity and like go to the gathering, you know, I've been to gathering like 10 years in a row now. And I just feel like my life has been so magical since I like started learning about Juggalo stuff, since I started following the music, since I started doing and considering myself a Juggalo, you know. And little did I know that so many opportunities were going to present themselves, meeting super fresh people, going super fresh places. Like I would have never even went to Amsterdam if I wasn't trying to go see ICP. And then turns out they canceled a tour with Dope DOD back in like 2019. And I'm just in Amsterdam, you know, like tripping around with a bunch of Juggalos and stuff just like that, you know, going to Florida for Juggalo Day, Juggalo Day in New Orleans, like going all around, following the hatchet, following my family, following all my homies, and this music that I love so much, just like totally changed my life. I got around, I was able to travel places. I felt this sense of belonging where I could go anywhere and meet people that relate to me by repping the hatchet, by sporting it every single day. And like everywhere I go, there's always somebody that's like, oh shit, you're a Juggalo? Oh, that's what's up. Like, whoop, whoop. Like, oh, damn. Like, you know, and then they have to tell me their Juggalo story, you know, or how they found Juggalo or what introduced them to Juggalo stuff. And it's such a beautiful thing for me, you know, and I'm so very happy to be going through all this stuff in my life, you know, going through Hell's Pit and back and getting back to Shangri-La, you know, to where I'm at this point, to where I can bring this stuff that I've been learning recently to the Juggalos in recovery. I'm so excited about that shaman training. And like, I am just like, I feel like I'm walking on cloud 9, you know, ever since basically it was a dream. I had a dream about it. You know, I've been going to the shaman thing and doing this self-healing journey. And then I had a dream about doing it at the gathering. And the next morning, like that same, like hours later when I woke up, I emailed the people at the you know, that were running the Juggalo gatherings and info, like the info at thegathering.com and all this stuff about doing it. And next thing I know, you know, within a few days, they're like, yes, we would love to have you. And I was just like, you know what I mean? My wig was flipped. And I'm just like, I'm making dreams come true. And being able to feel empowered by being able to relate to people that have been through stuff you've been through is so empowering. And then when you shine, when you know, go through hard times and you're under pressure and you're being molded from coal into a diamond, and then you're able to step into that, empower yourself and empower other people, the ripples that you as a water drop make extend farther than we can ever imagine, you know. And me doing my thing, you know, and being me and going around and like, you know, being Juggalo and stuff like that, like it inspires other people that it's okay to be Juggalo or whatever. Because I remember when I was a Juggalo, it was not cool to be a Juggalo. Like we were getting all kinds of flock, you know, and all kinds of flack. I mean, you know, I was in a bad neighborhood, you know, in California, gang stuff, and we were getting banged on by everybody. We were getting shot at and jumped, and like, because like I wear a lot of red and different gang members were associating the red or the hatchet man or this or that or the wrong street I was living on. So going through all this stuff and being able to come into myself as a person and being empowered, like shows so many people that it's okay to be different. It's okay to have like haters. It's okay to like, to go through hell and back and then make the best of what life has given you. Because I think that's what ICP really taught me, was like, sure, the world's fucked up. Sure, people are fucked up. Well, what are you going to do? Are you going to like laugh in their face when they're hating on you or whatever? Or are you going to like let that shit get you down? Are you going to cry like a little bitch boy, you know, or whatever? And, man, it's just been such a wild ride being Juggalo and going to gatherings, and even just so recently with this shaman stuff. And then I'm so excited for this year. Like, I really hope that me doing my thing will have a massive ripple effect of causing other people to seek out self-healing. And also, if we're doing it in the Juggalo and Recovery tent, like other people, because I'm going to bring my homies to the Juggalos and Recovery tent that are all excited to see me do my thing. And maybe that might even drive them to seek recovery, because that's one thing that I could only wish for and hope for, and be super positive and like enthusiastic about, and being like, man, like if I can do my thing and I can do it sober, then that inspires other people to be like, I could do this too, and I just finished my drug treatment and got my coin the other day. And, for 3 months, I mean, I had a relapse around, February. So I had my 3 months again, but completing my drug treatment program and hearing all the things that people were saying was just like so empowering. And I was like, wow, I had been running from sobriety my whole life and, using substances as a coping mechanism to just get by. And now I'm not just getting by. I am excelling. I am achieving. Like I am manifesting my dreams and like doing all this crazy shit that I had no idea I would ever do. And I think it all to the hatchet. I put it all to the hatchet, but I could go on and forever about this, but I did want to show, I got these, patches just made up. I'm working on them right now. So
Dope.
I'm in the workshop crafting up some stuff, so I'm super excited about these. I'm going to start making some other colors. I'm still waiting to see about getting the Juggalos and Recovery logo to see if I can bang out some stuff before Got J. Fingers crossed, and man, I'm just like I said, floating on cloud nine. I'm fucking higher than a kite, man. I just feel really good and I feel really blessed.
Fuck yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what you end up coming up with. I'm interested to see your presentation. But D, I see you have your hand raised. What you got to share?
Yo. So, thanks for your running the meeting, Chris. Thanks for your shares, Spaz. Nice to see everybody else here. I can really relate a lot to your share and to this song, especially a lot of the lyrics when I look at my past life, right? To where I am today in sobriety and the things that have led me through the journey, right? Like I had that freedom to choose whatever I wanted to be in this world. And the first part of my life was a lot of bad things I chose and ran after that had a lot of consequences, even being into this lifestyle since a young age, it doesn't matter. Like I chased drugs, I chased addiction, I chased women, I chased street life. I did all types of crazy shit. And it's funny when you look back at things, how everything leads to where you're at and how so many different things connect. Like I'm supposed to be picking up a homie from Jacksonville on the way up to go gather this year. That's from my past life, and he's like 4 years off of heroin. And he's seen I've been sober, then, we're both seeing each other in like the Shaggy Show chat rooms on YouTube and Powcast, and he ends up hitting me up. We end up talking and catching up and making amends or whatever. And how we left off wasn't probably so good because we were both in our addictions, but everything's good, these days. But like all that negative stuff made me who I am today, and when I was willing to finally give myself a chance, in life to heal, to grow, to change, and like sought sobriety and a whole different lifestyle, I started meeting these different people, and all the stuff I didn't think I was worthy of starts presenting itself, the good jobs, the good bosses, the roof over my head, the house, stumbling on the Juggalos in recovery, like Spaz was saying, through watching old gathering videos, and then finally all the prison bids and addiction and shit. Like I never make it out of Florida to even get anywhere remotely near where the gathering was. I was always in the nut house or the penitentiary or the jail, and hit sobriety and get involved with y'all, and then like finally make it up to the gathering for my first gathering, and it's sober, and I'm just out there, trying to be positive, spread the light, and everybody's super respectful of your recovery there. Even though you get offered tons of shit, it's not that bad because you go, no, bro, I'm in recovery, I'm sober. Everybody's like super respectful, and get married to the same woman I've been with for 15 years, all types of stuff, it's just crazy when you give yourself a chance, the doors that open up, and when you take a chance on those doors, the things that happen because of it, It's just, it's kind of like you were saying, Chris, it's kind of funny. Like, it seems random at the time, but none of it's random. To me, I don't think any of it's random. You took those chances, the carnival, God, Shangri-La, whatever, put something in your life and you gambled on it, and the doors open and connect one to another. Because, like, if you didn't meet Rob, I wouldn't have met you. If I wasn't such a hardcore juggalo, I wouldn't and got into recovery, I wouldn't have seen the Juggalos and recovery shit on the YouTube videos when Frank was first starting it. And COVID happened, which made Frank made a commercial for Juggalos and recovery, and I sent in a video, and then we started chatting. And here it is years later, and then now I have a group of level-headed, positive ninjas to be around. Because when I was, in my Juggalo shit, heavy running the streets, we were all addicts and junkies and thugs, and we weren't up no good in our teen years. You know what I mean? So to have homies that are positive and on a similar journey as me is super fresh. With that, I'm gonna shut up.
Thanks so much for sharing, D. I always appreciate you sharing. Sky, I see you got some shit to say.
Yeah, I really feel you, D, on that part where you said wow, I really achieved this. Like, this is real. I'm in that place right now where it's a lot of this stuff is straight denial, where it's oh, me this, yeah, all right, you're just giving it to me because you feel bad for me. I didn't actually earn it, or you're there's no way this is possible. This is going to end at any moment because me this, all right, yeah, right. I'm struggling to recognize that right now, but damn, I don't know, man. Just I really like that song, "The World Is Yours." That's some good karma that I was saying that this week is the start of summer. The shit's gonna be mine, and planning it out, all the stuff I'm gonna do, and try and make changes with and whatnot. Yeah, man. Just thanks for you and Spaz for sharing. I had a lot more, but I completely forgot it.
Hey man, it's one of those days I'm running on no sleep, so I'm right there with you. Now, one of the things about taking chances is it can start with the smallest thing. One of the people that are in this room because I gave them a sticker. A sticker turned into a friendship, and here they are in a room full of addicts, full of people that are in recovery, full of all the dumb shit, just because of a small act that I never expected a single outcome from other than doing the one simple thing. You never know what things are going to end up being until you do them, and then you see your repercussions later. So, let that be kind of a testament to take the chances. Spend the money, do the thing, find out what happens. It's always going to end up being worth it because one way or the other, you had an experience. And the experiences are always going to matter the most. Yeah, Monster.
I remember bits and pieces of it, but yeah, man, probably essentially my whole life is this song because yeah, fucking like D said, doing hood rat shit, and then somehow it's I was there and now I'm here, it all off of one gamble that just somehow paid off with a billion to one odds. Even fucking being here in the sober jugglers in recovery, damn man, I was the biggest fucking hater, not even 4 years ago. Somehow I got into it, went to the first gathering, and then came here. When I still think about it sometimes, I'm damn, this shit isn't real. I'm gonna wake up any moment now. And it's gonna be April Fools. like, fucking damn. And I know, yeah, the second part, I sent Josie some song that was like this, but not this one. It's called "The Great Unknown" by The Ghost Inside. Like, the chorus is something like, "I know that I'm not going alone. All my friends that stand right by my side, only the strong will survive." And the whole point is about going into the unknown, taking risks, and not being afraid because your friends are right behind you. I don't know, it's just random shit, but I really dig this for recovery meeting. Shout out to everyone who talked, and thanks for putting this together, Chris.
Yeah, always. I always thanks for sharing. D, you got some more shit to say?
Yeah, I forgot to say it, and then I was sort of thinking about it after Monster shared. But like I was saying, I had like I've been repping the Juggalo shit since I was 12. I'm almost 35. I spent 20 years never going to the gathering because of my fucking addictions. And I was listening, something else you said, Chris. I was listening to Jay on one of his recent interviews, and he said something like, I don't know, I've met ninjas that said they ain't never been together in 20 years, and I still have yet to hear a reason why I didn't make it. But I'm like, I'm one of those rare ninjas that just couldn't make it because the consequences of my addiction is I break out in handcuffs. And you were talking about like spend the money, take a gamble. And Jay was saying something about like, all the money he earns, he pretty much spends, right? Because it doesn't matter. You're not taking shit when you leave. All that cool stuff you have, yeah, you might give it to somebody else, but what you have at the end of it all is your experiences, like you were saying. So why not take a chance? Why not have an experience? Why not have a memory that will last you a lifetime? Because the material, the money, the car, whatever is all temporary, like not saying like be completely irresponsible and lose everything you have for a single chance. But you know what I mean? Like taking chances is what's going to get you those great memories in life with the people you love, that no matter how hard the times get or what you go through, you have those. And I definitely say, the past almost 5 years of my recovery, I've made some of the best memories in my lifetime, where most of my life, my memories are negative penitentiaries, and I was blacked out or too fucked up to remember anything really.
Well, thanks again for sharing, D. Does anybody else have anything to say about taking chances before we end the recording? All
I
right.
want Chrissy to share. She's fired.
Good. Bloop, bloop. Good shit, D. 100%.
Chrissy always has good shit to share. I want Chrissy to share.
Hi, okay. All right, yeah, I'm Chrissy. Taking chances. Sorry. I think I took a lot of chances throughout my life. No, I definitely did not intend on being a drug addict when I grew up. That was not a decision I made. But it's what I ended up doing. And I took a lot of chances that ended up putting me in a bad spot. Getting robbed and stuff like that. Taking chances on like people that I knew were shady. And I guess when I got clean 3 years ago, you could call that taking a chance, because like I originally got clean for the guy I was with, because he was like, if you're going to continue using these drugs, like I'm not going to be with you. And so I just, I chose to quit and took a chance on that relationship. And it turned out to be great for the most part for 3.5 years. We recently went our separate ways. We're uncoupling. And even that decision was me taking a chance, because I was comfortable in that security of I'm being loved. and to be able to like stand up for myself and like, well, yeah, he loved me, but he wasn't fully treating me right. Um, be able to take that chance and put a stop to it and really stick up for myself and for what I deserve has turned out to be a really good thing. We're still friends and all, but like I'm growing every day. I'm doing research on learning stuff about how I want to live my life now and how I want that to look. I don't know if this made any sense, but sure.
Made perfect sense. You always got some good share. I love your passion for recovery. Chances.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Chrissy. Wicked Spaz, I see you got your hand up too. What you got?
And Monster and Jesse and me. I
Oh
think we're
shit.
all just doing it now. Just to fuck with you.
There's too much good shit to catch on tape before we end the recording, but a little something that kind of stuck out to me right now is like "The World Is Yours" is such a great song, and like it always reminds me of like "We'll Be All Right" off The Calm, or like things that are like a lot of the second deck is like super empowering, you know, but like the old shit like The Calm was like, man, that was like one of my favorite albums, and like the "We'll Be All Right" is kind of retouched on Found, where it's like fuck, what the fuck is the thing, it's like well, everything's gonna be okay, you know, and it's like even if you did take a chance being a drug addict or dating somebody that had a bunch of red flags or going to a foreign country when the tour is canceled or, you know, taking a risk on getting sober or like any single chance you ever take, for me, in my perspective, is like you're always going to be learning something. You're always going to be expanding your knowledge, your strength, your tolerance of you know, your window of tolerance, your or expanding even on your weaknesses. Like anything that you do in your life is always going to, you know, have some kind of pro and con with it, and in just in that sense alone, like everything's going to be all right because you're going to do the same thing so many times and eventually you're going to be like, this isn't giving me what I want. Like I'm going to change it up, you know? And then that's where we hit like a new level of evolution and either move into recovery from toxic relationships, drug abuse, even old, you know, self-sabotaging patterns. And like every single one of those things, it's like it's always going to be all right. And even if you don't have homies, because back in the day, I was like the only juggalo, you know, like my homie showed me ICP and then he quit being a juggalo or whatever. Like he never really got into it. And then next thing I know, like my homie, they were like, oh, you're still doing juggalo shit? And I was like, bro, this is for life, homie. Like I can't even explain like how deep this shit is to me. It saved my whole life. Like it's like my whole person, my whole identity and all this stuff. But deep within that, it helped, like juggalo stuff helped me. Taking those chances helped me find and shape and mold who I am, and just helped me like chisel away all the bullshit that didn't need to be there, you know, like addiction, like toxic relationships, like codependency, like all these different things that I was like clinging on to that I was so used to doing. And then when I took chances, all that bullshit just fades away, you know? And then only thing that's left is like the core, the diamond of you that's just like beaming bright. And then when people see that, they're like, oh shit, like that inspires so many people. And then that's where you get your crew, you know, your vibe attracts your tribe. And if you can be yourself, even if it's being a goofy, you know, whatever kind of person, you know, like a juggalo, you know, you just be yourself and motherfuckers are like, oh, that's fresh, you know, like, or even if it's not, they're like, oh, that's whack. I don't want to do that. And you're like, all right, cool. This shit ain't for you, you know? Like, again, you learn so much. And it's just like, man, like, you have, like, every chance you take, every single movement you make, every single breath you take is a chance. And if you move through those things with a little bit more consciousness in you, like being more conscious of being like, tending to your own needs and stuff, being your own inner loving parent, and you can usually navigate through life and wait and gain more knowledge and not get like knocked down so easy. You know, because like even when you go through hard times, they're gonna fall down. But it's not about how many times you fall down, you're gonna get up. As long as you keep this false 7, I'll probably feel hell at times. You know what I mean? But the fact is that as long as you keep getting up, everything is gonna always be all right.
Well, thanks so much for sharing again, man. I love hearing you talk. But I think Josie had her hand raised next.
Yeah. I don't know if you can hear me. Even though my shit was stolen. But anyways, nice shares. I would say kudos to everyone and I love you guys and whoop whoop. Because yeah, homies help even when they're not close by.
Thank you, Josie. D, I think you were
You're
next.
welcome.
Yeah. So, Wicked Spaz, I love your vibe too. I think me and you could bounce back off the same thing 100 times. So yeah, I mean that's what I was saying though. Like to touch on what Chrissy was saying, what you're saying though, like because Chrissy's like, I didn't choose to be an addict. I don't think anybody wakes up and chooses to be an addict. Like I didn't choose it. You know what? Just like the culture, we're all outcasts, we're all whatever, we're all misfits, right? I always felt that way before even I was a juggalo. I didn't feel like I was the rest of everybody else I was around. You know what I mean? And I didn't feel comfortable in life, right? So I was seeking escape and seeking to fit in somewhere, right? Somewhere along the line, drugs popped in and I enjoyed that feeling. I enjoyed the feeling of escaping my reality and how I felt, right? And to the point where I couldn't stop doing the things I was doing, right? Somewhere along the line, I crossed over into addiction. I could not fucking tell you when, but I can tell you once I found my number one love, which was the drugs and alcohol, I did not stop chasing it. And like I was saying earlier, I wouldn't change any of that because it builds on my character. Like what Wicca was saying, all those knocks I took in life by all the choices I made, just like the song says, you know, you could choose to have, you know, a gun and blast a lot. You could choose to do this. You can choose, you know, I chose those negative things and I had those consequences. And those were my learning blocks in the life. And those are those experiences now, even though I was miserable, that I can use to help the next person. Like Wicca was saying, that's my life. That's my experiences. That's what builds my character to who I am. That's my wisdom. You know what I mean? That's everything I acquired. That way, when I meet the other person that's similar to me, I can show them there's a light in the darkness, because maybe I'm going to run into more people than not that are in the similar path that I was, and I have in my recovery, you know? And like, even being a juggalo, because of my addiction, sometimes I didn't feel like I was the other homies, bro, because I just didn't know how to fucking stop, bro. Like, and I just always kept going back to the same thing, thinking shit was going to be different, until I was so miserable of the shitty relationships, the shitty consequences to my shitty actions, the jail time, the prison, the misery, the internal fucking suffering that was on a daily basis that made me hate fucking life, you know? And I was like, okay, I'm going to try to do what everybody's told me my whole life, these little suggestions, these little warnings, these little red flags. I'm going to give something else a shot. You know what I mean? Because I'm no longer having an escape through alcohol and drugs. I'm having a living fucking hell. And it's been this way for X amount of years, you know? But I think part of it, you know, is like, it's genetics, you know, it runs in my family line, mental health fucking problems and addiction, you know, it's my grandpa, my dad, my brother, me, like I think I was I think it was not predetermined, but it's that word I can't seem to spit out right now. But because I played with it too many times, I got sucked into it, you know? And luckily, though, I could be one of the ones to break free from it, and to use that experience to help the other people among me, and just like one thing lands into another, man, and I like how you said, your vibe attracts your tribe, bro. Like I have my tribe right here in the room, and then in my other 12-step programs. If you ever can make it to a Drug Addicts Anonymous meeting, if they're in your area, if you never heard of it, check it out. Because I swear to God, most of these people aren't juggalos, but if you hear their stories and see the way they act, they're one of us and never knew. Because I found a whole tribe of they're just like the family, but they don't fuck with our music or whatever. But they're just like us, bro. It's ridiculous. The stories, the crazy shit they do, the wild characters, the joking and clowning around all the time. Like, so I found my network, my tribe of people, and that would have never happened. I ended up in a county jail where somebody was like, "Oh, you're serious about getting sober?" Because I went to an AA meeting, and he's like, "Go to this halfway here." Now I've run that halfway that I went to. You know what I mean? Like, it all just like little things that happen, and then, getting to turn my toxic relationship into a healthy one after some woman put up with my fucking bullshit for 15 years is kind of amazing because she didn't deserve any of it. And why she put up with me, I don't know. Maybe it's because she's seen that diamond underneath all that fuck shit I had going on and waited for it to come out. Because I'm definitely not worthy of the woman that's still with me through all that shit. But she's seen that light that was buried inside all the darkness, way before anybody else did. And it took lots of beatings and learning about yourself, like Chrissy was saying, a lot of like self-reflection and recovery and learning about yourself and growing and healing from your shits and make sure that butterfly comes out of the cocoon and doesn't get fucking stepped on. That diamond starts shining and gets buffed out, And it's a learning process. I'm almost 5 years sober and it's still learning. Like Chris can tell you, I've been in the funk for a couple months. I've had all types of shit going on. He does too. And recovery is not easy, but I'm still building character because if I can go through the shit I go through and stay sober, that's just more experience to share besides the good shit that happens.
Thanks for sharing again, D. Sky, I see you have your hand up still.
Yeah. First, whoop whoop to Josie. I appreciate you saying that because yeah, sharing isn't easy. And then to you, Chrissy, that shit you said was really beautiful. I really felt what you said about getting clean from addiction is a risk, relationships are a risk because it's true. You put yourself out there, and the hope is that this gamble is going to work off, that you trying to change your life is going to go in a positive direction, but you're never going to be 100% sure. That's kind of like the same thing with like trying anything different. And then what you said about relationships too, you like hope the other person will love you and care for you and value you as much as you value them. And sometimes that shit doesn't work out and that hurts because you really put a risk on them, you really put a lot of effort into that shit and it just didn't pay off. So I feel you on both of those. Yeah, putting yourself out there and investing energy into stuff only to see it blow up or not work out is tough, but like the world is yours. Just gotta keep getting back up, as easy as that sounds, but as freaking hard as that is to actually do, like put into motion. Yeah, but I don't know. Just what you said was really beautiful. So, whoop whoop to you for really stringing that together, talking. You too, Josie. I'm digging the hearts.
Thank you, Monster. Chrissy, I see you got your hand up now.
Yeah, so all the shares are like bringing up other stuff. I guess, like my whole life has been about risk taking. And I think that us as addicts, like it has been proven that, we're wired differently. I have been saying for a while that it's a type of neurodivergence, being an addict. And like we are wired to use drugs, and not using is going against, the flow for us. And yeah, getting clean is a huge risk because then I have to face life on life's terms. That's I have to fucking feel feelings. Feelings suck. I would use when I was happy, when I was sad, when I was mad because you pissed me off. I used over all kinds of emotions. But now I have to sit and feel them and like work through them. I am part of a different 12-step fellowship, and step 4 is that personal inventory. And that has been, that's a whole different kind of risk because I have to look really deep into myself and answer all these questions honestly and truthfully and really see like where I've been. And what I would use to hide from all that stuff. That was easy. You know, this staying clean, getting clean, staying clean, it's not easy, but it can be simple. Like, just don't use, you know, I know 12-step programs work for a lot of people, not everybody, but there's also like other programs out there that aren't 12-step based. It does work for me. Like I've been in it for 3 years now, and I absolutely like love that program. But it like this meeting has made me realize that I'm definitely a risk taker. I'm a dopamine junkie, you know, and however I could get it throughout my life, I would. Drugs, sex, money, food, you know, jumping off the cliffs and shit like that. Nowadays, a little more subtle. I still have to go do like crazy things every now and then, but it's not stuff that makes my life unmanageable. It's things that I don't have to really lie to somebody about what I did. I might not want to tell everybody things I do, but you know, that's just discretion. But yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for the meeting.
Well, thanks so much for sharing, Chrissy. I really enjoy that. Does anybody else have anything else that they want to share before we end the recording?
Chrissy, I just put a song in the comments of the chat room here because you said the dopamine thing. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and the live streams, and we can get into the after hours.
Dick jokes.